Hello, everyone, and welcome to July 4th, Independence Day here in the U.S., and the celebration of our freedoms. Although I wasn't thinking about it at the time, it seems very appropriate that I decide to wrap up our discussion about what is freedom today. So I wanted to bring together the different dimensions and elements that I've been trying to investigate deeper about the question of freedom. So I have some notes, and I have a variation of things that are part of the dimensions that I was working with that I just wanted to review and give highlights about. So it kind of started with the cards. Balance forces came before the question of freedom, and then the card of freedom came. And these cards of going inward within ourselves, an element of connecting with spirit, and then also with relation to the cards, the crystal of Golden Healer was really exemplifying a particular value within this, and that is of grounding our heart down into the earth. And this particular Golden Healer stone that I chose today is different from the one I started with, but I like the fact that there's kind of this explosion, powerful explosion happening in this stone, which is amplified by some pyrite. And on the back of the stone as well, there's this cracking and symbolization of some kind of power. And then at the same time that we were looking at the cards and the crystals, I did this drawing. And the point of this drawing seems to be, again, this negotiation within ourselves between our spirit and the earth that we are on. And that's negotiated by the heart center. And there's like this dance that's going up to our spirit and back down to the earth. So this is kind of where the journey began with, I'm looking at my notes now, of spirit through the heart center, and I put AKA being present, or AKA being in our power on earth versus being in our power in spirit. So it's really, how do we exist on the earth and be in our power at the same time? And something about those elements are an answer to what freedom is. Another aspect was a medicine walk. And this particular part of the medicine walk, I had noticed a trail going off into a different direction. And as I walked off to that direction, it was about making personal choices. And those choices don't need to be huge choices every day, but it's more like making small choices in our very personal life. Those small choices that then build to bigger choices in our communities. And realizing or being aware of how our small choices can affect other people's lives and can affect change in the world. Yeah. Okay. And then we had the water consciousness, and there are two versions of the water consciousness. It's the same water frozen 2 times to give more information. And there was elements of, again, of being in the heart through an image of a crab that I saw, being in our wisdom, which would be related to spirit in a way, having that connection as well. That was represented in what I saw as an owl. And then there was kind of this devil form that came as if it was trying to pull back a curtain and sneak its way in, representing all of our influences that are not necessarily positive in the world, but are like shadows that are influencing those choices that we are making and ways that we may not understand or fully be aware of, that we are fully aware of. And then the second image, I saw kind of a guy with crazy hair, and that made me think of how sometimes there are crazy ideas in the world that then cause change. Sometimes we don't know that something crazy could actually be enlightening or true and a way that we want to move forward in the world. But we have to kind of have these new kind of crazy experiences to even know that there is a different way, a different choice that we could be making that might be more beneficial to us. So I'm going to recheck my notes here. Yeah, so I think that was all that really got uncovered, but there were just many processes to kind of get to that place. I think the biggest aspect for me was the realization of being in our power is our freedom. If we're not connected with our spirit and our heart and with the earth as our power, then we are probably more likely to be susceptible to those shadows, those teachings that are have been in place for a long time that are hard to break free from. And we don't realize how they're influencing us unless we can take control of our own experiences, make our own choices, baby steps at a time, into becoming more powerful within ourselves and overcoming some of the issues that we have with the ways that our world has operated. So I hope you're enjoying your independence. I hope you value your freedom. And this wraps up the question of what is freedom, at least here today on this channel. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon with another question to examine and explore together. Thank you. Bye now.